Well, welcome to another In the Shop video. This is Dave and I'm with Down the Road We Go. A couple weeks ago we put a short up about a leak we had in the camper, Junior, our truck camper. And what it was about was one of these DampRids leaking. So I thought I'd tell you a little more about the story. What we did was, we put those in there because it's hot and humid here in Tennessee, West Tennessee. So during the summer you definitely want one of those or more in your camper to suck up the moisture. Well, unbeknownst to us, it turns it into like a oily, viscous, clear liquid. It's kind of weird feeling. And of course we've never popped one open. Why would you? Well, when we cleaned out the camper to store it for the winter, we had other ones out there. Some of the little tubs that you get, we had those out there, and we took those out and threw them away because they were full of water already. But we didn't take the one out that was in the closet. Shirley left it in the closet. Let me show you where it was. Now it's a little dark in here, so let's get some light on the subject and we'll show you. Okay, a little light there. Now we had them sitting on the counter, and we had one up in the corner up there. Now these are the tubs that you get, one over there and one here, and they were flat full of water come winter. But the one place we didn't look, if I can find how you open the door in here, is in the closet here. And it was hanging up there, and apparently it froze during the winter, and then it turned back the liquid, which made it really tight. And I don't think it broke when it froze or when it thawed back out. I think it was just so stretched out from being frozen that it was ready to pop. And when we put it on the truck to bring it into the shop to work on it, it created a leak. It bounced it around in here, probably against the wall, and poof, it popped it because there was moisture down here. Now we've taken this out because we're drying this out down in here. We've got one way down in there that you can't really see, a small one, the small canisters to dry that out. But the problem is it came out, and it came out of this corner down there, and there was a big puddle that just rolled all the way around in here every time we jacked this up and let it down. And the first time we opened the door, we thought, what is that liquid that's running down through here? The whole floor was just covered with it. And first we thought we had a leak in a pipe or something, but there's no water in the tank or anything because we dumped it for the winter. So we weren't too sure about, whether it was water or, what. Well, we finally found the bag in here that was broken, and we thought, well, that's what it is. Now, how do we clean it up? Let me show you. What we did was, since it was a liquid, but it was kind of oily, it felt oily. It wasn't really like water. And the wood wasn't really soaking it up. It was just kind of sitting there. It's weird stuff. But what we did was, we put Tidy Cat cat litter. Now this stuff has got some kind of little blue things in here that smell, and so we thought, well, what we do is just put it in the camper, spread it all around. We just poured it in here till it just started soaking it up. I mean, we had it in here thick. It was like about an inch thick everywhere. We just poured it all in here and let it sit for a couple days. Then we moved it around a little bit and poured some more in here and scooped out the wet stuff and did that for about 3 or 4 days and got it all dried up, cleaned up. We vacuumed it all out and everything. And the bonus was, it smelled nice in here. It wasn't musty smelling, like a lot of your campers get over the summer or winter when they're sitting. It smells pretty good, and it's because of the Tidy Cat stuff. So we don't have a cat. I use it in the shop as Speedy Dry, and that's basically what we did. We threw Speedy Dry down on the floor, and soaked it all up, and luckily got it up pretty quick after, I think after it had you know, busted open and rolled in there. So that seemed to help. It smells good, everything's dry. Now of course once we got that up, we had to like scrub the floors with spick and span or something to get the gooey, you know, feel off of it. But it picked the liquid up and didn't ruin any wood or anything, and which is really good, and it worked out. So the moral of the story is, if you hang these in your camper, when they're full, take them out. Don't leave them in there in the winter. They may split open. I don't know about the jugs. I know this did. It must have a little hole in it someplace, because it's just, as you can see, there's nothing in there. And when it gets the moisture out of the air, it's not just water in there. It's some kind of gooey feeling. It almost feels oily, like a real thin, clear oil. So it must, the chemical reaction is weird. But anyway, we got it cleaned up, and it smells real good. So now we can start using Junior again, and more than likely it'll be later on in the summer. We've got a special trip planned for in July, but we won't be taking Junior. So we'll get back to you on everything else that's going on around here. I just thought I'd let you know exactly what that problem was when I did that short. So thanks for watching. Thanks for coming along for the ride. I hope you enjoyed this video, and catch you all later, and you guys be safe on the road.